Hey Virgo, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be your energy check-in, Virgo, for Sag season, for Sagittarius season, which we entered on the 22nd of November, just after a new moon in Scorpio. I am going to first draw two oracle messages because it is Sag season, coming into the festive season. As I was meditating on your energy, Virgo, I was getting a silence or a quietness or a withdrawal. So many of you could be hermiting right now or just protecting your energy. That is your energy, Virgo. It is the hermit energy. I'm feeling like there's a sense of discipline coming in for you right now, where you want to focus on your own energy, focus on your goals, focus on how you're going to move into the festive season, close out the year, what your plans are for 2026. There's a lot of thinking that I'm picking up about your future and how to plan it out, and what ideas to pursue, what goals to pursue, what goals to leave behind. Maybe a reconciliation of the 2025 year, Virgo, because you are practical, you are perfectionists. So reconciling what worked this year, what didn't work, taking what worked and expanding on it, and taking what didn't work and auditing it to understand, which aspects of that goal did not play out the way you expected it to play out, and what is it that you can change or shift in order to adjust course or course correct. That's the energy I'm getting. And in order for you to do this, I'm feeling like you are needing to take some time out alone so that your energy is not influenced and your decision making and your thinking is not influenced by your circles, including social media. Social media is just, it's chaotic right now. And it can be very confusing. There's so many different messages, there's so many different perspectives, opinions, and it can be quite overwhelming and distracting from your own inner voice. Very ungrounding energy as well. So let's see, Virgo. I'm first going to draw from the Spirit Animal Oracle. Be Spirit, sweet results await. Wow. And this is the worker energy that I was getting from you, Virgo. It's a sense of wanting to just get on with it. And that's what bees, they just programmed unconsciously to consistently just push out. And it's spring season now in South Africa, and I can hear them in my garden as I'm taking a walk in the morning. There's this hive of activity, excuse the pun, going on. There's this one tree in the complex especially that they absolutely love. It is also a 7 energy, and 7s are also about pulling back your energy, keeping things private. That saying, keep it private until it's done. And maybe that's the energy you're feeling, is you're incubating and building a lot of ideas, to manifest into sweet results. And before you announce that, before you engage with others with these ideas, or communicate that and share that, you're wanting to just take a step back. I'm going to read the oracle message to you, Virgo. The bee spirit message is that sweet rewards are on their way if you are willing to get your ego out of the way and immerse yourself in the connected energy of all things. Bee spirit knows not to let a sense of being a separate self get in the way of a good thing. Spirit is always producing honey, miracles, and magic are everywhere. Spirit is always producing honey, miracles, and magic are everywhere. When you connect with the great hive, you are vibrating and buzzing in exquisite harmony with all. Bee Spirit asks that your focus be on connectivity. Your body, heart, soul, and psyche experience total interconnectedness and a true integration when you self-forget, when you remember that you are part of a greater unified consciousness. Moving from separation into connection, from self-centered limitation to spirit-centered, infinite possibility and potential, you become busy as a bee, enjoying the gifts of bee spirit. Fully in alignment with your highest expression of yourself, your heart opens and creativity rushes through you. That's interesting because as I'm feeling that you are pulling back your energy, this card is asking you to step into connection, but maybe what it is in connection with the conscious universe and in connection with spirit, co-creating with spirit is what I'm feeling. So the hermit energy can tend to isolate, and the shadow aspect of Virgo or that hermit energy is to completely shut out from everything, including your own inner voice, and including spirit, and including the energy of the universe. And maybe that's just the message, Virgo, is that you are not separate. You know, there's an illusion of separation when we do isolate without our heart, mind, and spirit being open at the same time. But there is an interconnectedness at play here. That's interesting. So even if you are pulling your energy back, Virgo, and maybe not socializing right now, and bees are very social creatures, but also with their own frequency or with their own hive. And in tune with the energy of their surroundings. So you can find yourself in a hive of activity, which is okay as long as you are able to maintain your sense of individuality. And maybe that's what you were sensing, Virgo, is you are losing a sense of yourself or your individuality and kind of merging into the energy of others. And maybe that's the need for you to pull back, but just a reminder that when you are in the right community and building the right connections, that is also a very powerful way for you to manifest your plans. Okay, Spirit, please and thank you for Virgo. Any messages of love and light, negative energy must leave this space now. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Okay, let's see what Warrior has to say. And I opened exactly onto that page. Don't back down, make your opinions heard, don't settle for second best. I'm feeling to read you the medicine of this card, Virgo. If you're experiencing fear at this time, know that this means whatever is going on is important to you. Whenever you feel fear, you are on the verge of something big, perhaps a massive breakthrough that is going to really help you move forward. If you have a situation on your hands where you have to face someone or something that's been unsettling you, know that you are being guided to call up your inner warrior. Don't falter and don't be frightened, because you have the energy to protect yourself now and at all times. And that's the sense I was getting, this need to protect yourself. I'm getting the sense that there's some community or social setting where you feel exposed, or you're not entirely sure whether it is a safe setting, and you're sensing a danger or sense of harm within this setting. And maybe you're pulling back your energy is your way of protecting yourself. But this message is saying, Virgo, that whatever it is that you're protecting yourself from, don't be afraid to stand your ground and be fearless, because you do have a warrior within, and call on that warrior if there is a difficult situation that needs to be addressed head on. You can do it with grace. It doesn't have to be a retreat or an attack. It can be a balance in how the situation is dealt with. That's interesting. Yeah, I sense like a protection of your goals, and maybe you feel that there's some competition that you don't trust, or there are a few people that you're not entirely sure you can trust with sharing your ideas. And maybe, you've been experiencing that people have been kind of encroaching on your boundary when it comes to your work, when it comes to your goals, and maybe stealing some of your intellectual property as well without permission, which is why you felt the need to pull back, and maybe a sense of harm and betrayal in a sense as well. I'm not sure, Virgo. These are just what's coming through, or these messages are coming through. Again, I do get very specific messages. And even though I'm reading for a collective, there are certain energies that come out strongly as wanting to be read, because it will help one or two individuals. So if you have come across this reading and you are still here, there's a reason. There's a reason for that. There is a message that needs to be heard. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. I'm just going to draw 4 cards, Virgo. So stay with me. Okay, Spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Virgo. Only jumpers. Ace of Fire. King of Fire. It's definitely something to do with creation here. The Fool. Strength. The bottom of the deck, the 4 of Cups, 4 of Water. There could be a missed opportunity here, Virgo. Maybe you were overlooked in some way, or someone else took the credit for your work. I'm not sure why I keep getting that. And you're not the type, depending on, obviously there's many aspects to your personality and how you react to conflict or how you deal with conflict, but usually Virgos are not the type to stand up and, attack in any way. What I'm feeling though is whatever has happened, this has been a gift. It's been a message to show you who it is that you can trust and who it is that you need to be wary of. This has actually been a message and a gift from the universe to show you the truth of a certain situation. And it's been a long time in the making. Maybe this was a project or something you were working on with others over a period of time, because it's a building of a pearl. It started at conception, and over time you've been grinding away at it together. And when it's come to the culmination of the efforts or the result of it, to present the pearl, I feel like someone else kind of came up and grabbed that opportunity, or spoke too soon, or didn't acknowledge you in the situation. And what you're feeling because of this, Virgo, is that you would rather just then work on your own, or you're pulling yourself back from the energy and maybe not communicating that you don't feel comfortable or happy with how the situation has played out. And so you almost want to go out on your ace again and pull back your energy. But what Spirit is saying is that there are sweet results to be had in the right communities and in the right company. And maybe this is just showing you, where you need to pivot or move, and which communities you need to play in and which communities you need to withdraw yourself from and not give so much of yourself. It's almost reinforcing, and Virgos tend to be wary or perfectionists in the sense that you don't easily trust a lot of people and you tend to put your walls up. But what Spirit is saying is, don't go the other extreme and put your fortress up around you right now again, Virgo, but lean into the situation, understand what the lesson is, and speak your mind. And this is maybe where the inner warrior needs to come out for you, Virgo. Yes, ideas, spark maybe from one source, and this is the ignition of ideas. This is about creativity, but you do still need others to co-create those ideas. So it's important that you don't completely isolate yourself. The King of Fire is a card of Leo. You've got 2 cards of Leo here actually. But it is king energy that is very graceful in how they communicate and how they show up. The shadow of the king, of this king specifically, can be, using the magic of his charm or her charm to manipulate a situation. So you could be dealing with a Leo in the situation. You don't have to be. You could be dealing with a fire sign that is involved in, whatever has transpired here. You don't have to be. This is also calling on your own fire energy, Virgo, at this time. Not to retreat completely, but to step into the situation with heart, with grace, with soul, and with alignment, and in your own truth, in your own sense of self-worth and self-confidence. Because I do feel like the situation in a way has maybe affected your sense of self-worth. And maybe you're kind of wondering to yourself, why didn't I speak up? Why didn't I say something in that moment? Why didn't I claim my work? And it's not about ego. It's not about a claim of ego, but it is, and it's not about status either. I don't get the sense. I just get that you put in a lot of hard work into something that was kind of overruled or overridden or taken in some way. But it is important that you speak your mind about it and that you are honest about it before you regret that, Virgo. This might even have, sparked a a thought within you that you would, maybe just start anew. Because I do have the full energy here. It's almost like you're considering a reset and considering whether you do belong in this particular environment. This could be a job, this could be, and I'm feeling like it is a project, or it could even be family. It could even be something you've been working on with family, that someone else has just taken over without your consent, without your involvement, without collaborating with you, and you almost want to just reset and just start your journey on your own, leaving everything behind. And maybe this is also a sign for you to consider whether this is something you can continue to invest in, or whether you do need to move. This is a major arcana, card of Aries, and it is the beginning of the Fool's journey. And there is a shift in your energy. You can sense it. There's a shift in your energy that's asking you whether, this is the time to switch roles, or to change up the situation completely and start something on your own, or start something in a new space. I feel like you're taming the beast, Virgo. Also another card of Leo here, major arcana. Card of strength. And maybe this is what you are doing, is, taking a step back to build up the strength to come into this situation and speak your mind. And that, I think, is important, Virgo. Before you disappear and before you leave without saying anything, I think it is important that you speak your mind. And this is a warrior energy. It is about taming the beast as well. And again, it's that energy of not going in to attack, but not retreating either. But reconciling your thoughts and what you're feeling about the situation, and being able to communicate that in a healthy, mature way. But still standing up for yourself, Virgo. I'm feeling that energy quite strongly. Spirit has your back. It's just what I heard. Like, your ancestor spirit, source has your back in the situation. And nothing goes unnoticed in the universe. There is nothing that ever happens that is unfair, that goes unnoticed, that doesn't need to be balanced out again. But I do sense that you need to communicate your needs here, Virgo, and what you are thinking. Closing message for Virgo, Spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Virgo. Closing message of advice, the Sun. Wow, another card of Leo. You could definitely be dealing with a Leo here. All the cards that have come out for you today are fire energies. Leo is a fire energy, but there's 3 cards of Leo here, 2 cards of Aries. So it could be a Leo or Aries that you are dealing with, but I'm feeling like this, is calling you to also bring out the fire within you, Virgo. And as an earth sign, that's not always your natural go-to. But harnessing this fire energy is going to bring you to a sense of peace and happiness, and a sense of self-worth again, because I am definitely feeling that this may have impacted your sense of self-worth. This card of Leo is solar plexus energy, and that's all about our confidence, our self-worth, how we show up in the world. But interestingly, the sunflower, and it's a 2 energy, this card, 20, which adds up to 2. Sunflowers, when it is dark, they turn and face each other. They usually face the sun, but when the sun sets, sunflowers turn and face each other. And this is coming back to the bee spirit energy. And that maybe this partnership or this community has disappointed you, but don't forget that you are not alone. There is an interconnectedness. There is, a co-creation with spirit all the time. There are other communities you will find yourself in that will support and enable and collaborate with you in a healthy way, in a shared way, in a giving way. And that's where you'll find a sense of happiness and pride again, because I do feel in a sense that your pride, was kind of stamped on. I'm not sure why I'm getting this energy so strongly. Like I can see a boardroom, I can see a presentation, I can see your heart falling, into your stomach as this person kind of stands up and takes over the presentation. And it's just, it might not be what has happened in reality, but they're showing me the dynamic of the situation. It's that feeling when, someone shares your idea or takes over your presentation when they haven't been integral in building it, when they haven't been there from the beginning, when they haven't, and it's like those, typical Hollywood kind of scenario. But the underdog always wins, Virgo. The person who was cheated, the person who was taken advantage of, balance will be restored in this situation, whatever it is. But just remember not to completely withdraw and isolate yourself after whatever this is that has happened. Okay, Virgo, that was very specific. If it resonated, please leave a comment. Love to hear from you. And good luck with this, whatever it is. And remember, your voice counts too. Speak your truth. Speak the truth. Stay in alignment. Sending you so much strength and love until the next reading.